Hi students, in the today's video we are going to cover sex-linked inheritance. This is a series where I had started talking about all the important concepts under genetics topic, followed by some of the laws of inheritance by Mendel. Today we are covering this topic, that is sex-linked inheritance, and in your ICSE 10th textbook you are covering only X-linked inheritance. So what do you mean by that, and what all you have to study under this? Let me explain to you. Before that, if you find my videos useful, please subscribe to my channel and share with your friends all the videos whichever you find useful. All right. So to understand this concept, let's go back to the basic. That is, any chromosome will have its own pair, that, and together we call that as the homologous pair. And if a gene is present on the chromosome, it has a particular effect in the organism. It has a position, and those are called as loci. All that we have studied. Right now, what we need to look at is all those genes, whatever we have been talking about, all those we were talking about were found on autosomes. What are autosomes? Any chromosome that is not a X or a Y are called as autosomes. Correct? And today, whatever gene we are going to learn and the alleles for those are found either on the X chromosome or on the Y chromosome. And therefore, you call such kind of inheritance pattern as sex-linked inheritance. I hope that is clear. Now, when we talk about X-linked, therefore, that what does it indicate? It indicates that the gene under study and the alleles under study are found on the X chromosome, right? So, and there are two of the disorders that happen because of certain genes that are present on the X chromosome. What are they? In your textbook examples are hemophilia and colorblindness. You all know what is hemophilia and colorblindness, isn't it? Hemophilia is inability to clot blood, and colorblindness is a disorder where a person is unable to distinguish between colors like red, green, etc. The person sees only dull colors are, for example, in if you look at the person looks at red color, he sees only a brownish color, dull color he can notice. So those are called as color blindness. Now our interest is not about the disease. Our interest is understanding what is meant by X-linked inheritance or X-linked defects. All right. So when do you get the defect? Is it like the moment that gene is present, you get the disease? No, that's a regular gene which has a function in your body. However, if you find that two recessive alleles come together, for example, on this X also, the allele that is present for hemophilia is a recessive allele, and the other X also has a recessive allele. In that case, you get the disorder. All right. Now let us say it's a man. All right. He will have an X chromosome and a Y chromosome. Correct. Now Y has nothing to do with these defects. So we are not even bothered about it. We just need to have one allele for this particular defect to be recessive to get that disorder. I hope it is clear. So in case of males, only one recessive allele found on the X chromosome is sufficient to create the defect. Now we will look at different cases that you can get in your exam. Cases meaning questions that you can get in your exam where you have to solve. Alright, so the first case scenario given is a normal lady marries a colorblind man. What will be the inheritance pattern? Let's understand that. So when we say normal lady, what will be the genetic composition? She will have 22 autosomes, pairs, 22 pair of autosomes, plus what is present? An X and an X is present. And these are normal ones. So we are not going to add any resist or any gene onto it. Okay, we are not showing the allele on it, right? Colorblind father, the male she married is a colorblind person. So he has an X chromosome and a Y chromosome. This we know. And he is colorblind. Therefore, to indicate colorblindness, you have to put a small c over here. You can also indicate that with the dot. Both are correct. In your textbook, I think the dot is followed. So we can follow that instead of the C. Alright. So this dot indicates a recessive allele. Let's put the dot. Now these are the genotype of mother and father. From this you know how to make the Punnett square very easily. You have to take this X over here, this X over here, and for the male we're taking this X with a dot over here and a Y here. And then let's cross. You have this X chromosome and this X chromosome together. You get this. The next will be an X chromosome and a X chromosome with a dot. Likewise, we are just following. You can see, what do you see in the end result? You see 4 progenies. Among the 4 progenies, the male are not having the disease. Alright? Male are fine. There is no dot on it. The dot indicates the recessive allele. I told you that. Not there. On the other hand, for the females, there is option like this or option like this. What does it mean? Does the female have the disorder? No, she is not having the disorder because there is definitely another allele which is present on the other X chromosome which is dominant, and she is not having the disorder. Alright. However, these females are called as carrier for the gene. Which gene? The recessive gene. So we will call these as carrier for color blindness. Color blindness. Now, the same way I have worked out 2 more cases which you should try to solve by yourself quickly without my help. So there is a carrier woman and a normal father. So what will be the genotype of her? Whenever you say carrier, one of the X's should have that dot which states that it is a recessive allele present over there, and normal X crossed with an X and a Y. Please try to cross it yourself and let me know what result you got. There's another case that I have put up for you. Please try to do this as well. Carrier woman. So I have put X and an X dot. Colorblind man. Colorblind man, please don't go and put the dot on the Y. Y has nothing to do with it. Please remember that. So it's only for the X you're putting the dot. Dot indicates the recessive allele. So this one probably I will work it out for you so that there is no confusion later. Okay. Right? X, Y and X dot Y. Now, how many are colorblind? This person is a colorblind person. This male is colorblind. One female is colorblind. One male is colorblind. There is a carrier woman and a normal man. That should be your answer. I hope you understood. If you have any doubts, please connect with me. Also, please subscribe if you find the videos useful. Please share with your friends as well. Thank you.